Hey guys, welcome back to another video where I've teamed up with Dragon Hoard Collectibles to bring a little mini series of videos showing how easy it is to get all your lovely Warhammer miniatures tabletop ready in next to no time. This is also a great way for me to get through all my pile of fun in readiness for the new Armageddon Warhammer 11th edition set, where obviously I'm going to be getting loads more miniatures. And if you want to follow along and paint the same miniatures I'm painting and using the same paints that I use, then click on the link down below. And that'll take you to Dragon Hoard Collectibles. And I've got a kind of a page set up there, basically showing obviously the paints I'm using, the miniatures I'm painting, and any materials I use to base things as well. And don't forget to click on the link they've got to get early access or priority access to the 11th edition launch, which is obviously, well, this coming weekend. So if you didn't already know, yeah, I am a big lover of orks, and it's kind of what that's got me into this whole channel in the first place, was me wanting to paint some orks. Yeah, so I absolutely love these green skins, which is why obviously I am going crazy painting lots of them up. But obviously the great thing is with the 11th edition Armageddon sort of big set, yeah, half of it is orks, which I honestly can't wait to get my hands on and get painting. So yeah, it's great having this bit of practice painting these other orcs, just so I can get back into the swing of things, and obviously using my favourite paints. And yeah, unfortunately, G seems to want to be in every single video these days. So it's very difficult to keep her off my desk because she, well, climbs up as soon as I put her back down. Anyway, so I try to ignore her and just crack on and make the thing. So the first thing obviously we need to do is cut everything out and then glue all the bits together. It doesn't take too long at all to do this because obviously it is pretty easy. The instructions are nice and simple. And yeah, this is the part of the hobby that I don't mind. I do prefer the kind of like the painting. Well, that being said, if I was kit bashing, then yeah, the kit bashing that I like, because you are obviously, you're making something very unique and very special, well, to yourself. Although you would have seen, yeah, this has got a little bit of kind of kit bashing, as in, well, I didn't like the look of the little tires, so I wanted something much bigger. And as I'm kind of going for a sort of a Mad Max style with my orcs, yeah, I kind of envisaged these guys being on monster trucks. So yeah, 3D printed some big old tires, just to raise the thing off the ground, and just make it look a bit more fun, a bit more orcish, I guess. So it's a case of cutting a few bits off because obviously these are made or have bits made for the small tires. So the good thing is the GW plastic, it's relatively soft, or certainly soft enough that parts of it can be cut with your, well, just little normal cutters. So that's all the little dudes and, well, big dudes put on there. And there's this little chap. I've never seen one of the Gretchen, or whatever they're called, so small. So I don't quite know why he's so diddy, but I think he's absolutely cute. So I did also make a kind of like a rough framework. I will show in the next video how I, well, designed, made, basically got that framework. So that's going to go underneath just to raise it up, so it will then fit on the well, on the tires. Well, there are a few more bits I need to cut. So with this one now, I'm going to take it outside and use a bit of a bigger tool to cut that bit out. So there we go. Yeah, it's all cut, it's all glued, it's ready to basically base and paint. But yeah, do love the look of these big tires, nice big springs. And yeah, just a load of guys sitting on the back. I know, going with Johnny Boy's outing. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the usual with this, primed in black, going to dry brush it with white, and then good old speed paints for the win, as obviously this is my go-to method. Absolutely love it. Again, I know I'm not going to win any kind of competitions, but everyone needs to paint to their own sort of happy style and what they like, and more importantly, what you enjoy doing. So this is obviously a hobby. I've been doing it for 5.5 years. I do it full time on YouTube, but for me, it is still a hobby, which is why I don't script videos. I literally sit at my desk like you guys, paint things, but just happen to film it, and then I edit the footage together, and then literally just waffle over the top. So yeah, that's why this is never going to turn into a job as such. I'm just going to keep it fun, keep it as a hobby. And I say this painting style isn't for everyone, which I appreciate. It's a bit like anything, really, any kind of painting. People like a sort of specific sort of look and feel to things. But for me, yeah, this style works a treat. And yeah, tabletop ready. So I say I do have like a sort of set colors that I kind of like prefer to use when painting orcs. And again, if you check out the Dragon Hoard Collectibles, I do have a little bundle over there of basically the paints that I use when doing orcs. Sometimes I do change the green out, but this is one of my sort of preferred greens. I think I have a top 3 list of greens. And Charming Chartreuse, I can never say that word. It is definitely in the top 3. So yeah, that's why this is one that I use quite a lot. And also with the orcs, I kind of always paint them always paint them with blue sort of trousers because I kind of imagine them just in denim jeans. And then obviously the bits of brown for the straps and the boots. So yeah, done the metallic colours on this. Obviously they will get a wash at the very end of the video, again, like I kind of always do. And then I'm going to paint this vehicle in purple, as for some reason I thought it needs to be sneaky. So they're sneaking up on people and then doing the rocket launchers with these squigs. Yeah, shooting these out left, right, and centre. Although this is going to be turned into a bit of a rust bucket as well. So even though this purple is going on nice and vibrant, yeah, it won't be looking vibrant for very long because, again, my preferred style, I like things to look weathered, beaten, definitely used. They've not come out of the factory. These things have been seen some damage. So yeah, but yeah, love how this is coming out. Again, guys, if anything you want to see me have a go at painting, by all means, let me know. Obviously, I do love trying out different things or different painting techniques. Every now and then, I will try something new. I have tried feathering and layering. Never quite got the hang of it. Again, this is where you want to find your style of painting. It's all well and good watching other people. Because I know when I first started painting miniatures, I used to watch a whole load of people. They made it look so easy. But yet when I tried to do or copy what they did, yeah, it looked like a dog's dinner. And this is obviously because they've spent a lot of time practicing. And they've just been able to pick it up. Whereas, say, for me, this is why I say speed paints are, yeah, they're a lifesaver. They give me a good result or a decent result that I like very quickly and very easily. So it's just a case of, say, going around. Oh, I am going to start doing this because I know people do ask quite a lot about the paints I use, as in obviously the colours. I do try and hold the bottle up each time, but what I think I might do is either in the description or maybe both in the description and at the end or beginning of the video, do a list of all the paints that I've used. As I say, I do know quite a lot of you guys do like to sort of follow along and paint your items in similar colours to me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to sort of hopefully start doing. I just need to remember to do it really. Okay, yeah, it's the last few bits painted here and there. So that's a denim looking jeans. Although the blue I use is quite sort of got a bit of a silky look to it. But I am varnishing or matte varnishing all my miniatures now. So that will obviously dull it down and make it look a bit better. And again, guys, don't forget, everything I am sort of building at the moment, I am putting it on, I keep saying but I am putting it on eBay. So yeah, if you want to help the channel out, by all means, click on the link down below to my eBay page, where there's a whole variety of bits and pieces that I am painting and obviously selling, because then I can then get loads more, well, the new stuff. And I might actually eventually make my own army. Obviously, I've never played Warhammer 40k. Used to play Kill Team. Really enjoyed playing that. But yeah, I've always wanted to make a full-on army, like a 2,000 point army. It will obviously be orcs because I just love orcs and I love painting them. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going now because I'm just wafting. The good thing is I've kind of finished. Woohoo! So this is where I'm going to rust it up. So I've been using the green stuff oxides thing here. Literally, this can get messy, which is why I get my board out. This is my messy board because I don't like my desk getting messy or even the cutting mat. Yeah, this hobby, it is messy, but I don't like the mess. Yeah, a bit of a contradiction there. So with this stuff, you really do sort of put it on quite thick. Again, this is where you need to trust the process. So don't worry about the fact that it is going on super thick. And literally, it will cover everything. Obviously, the vehicle, not the orcs. Because what you then do is you get a damp cloth. I tend to use wet wipes because I always have wet wipes around because I'm always making a mess on the desk and I can clean it all up. And yeah, literally you go over it with a wet wipe because it reactivates the stuff. So this is it fully dried. This is about half hour later. So you can say it's well and truly rusty and you can't even tell it was purple underneath. But yeah, so this stuff reactivates. So this is a case of wiping off areas you don't want it, normally on the flatter areas. So this stuff will stay in all the all the nooks and crannies to be nice and rusty. But obviously this is where it's great because obviously it depends on how much rust you want it to be. So you can do this. What I normally do is do it once, leave it, then obviously it dries. You can see where the rust is again, and then you can go over it again if there's still too much with another sort of wet wipe or damp cloth or whatever it is you want to sort of use to do this. But obviously this does mean it does need to be sealed at the end. Otherwise, if you get a wet thumb and go over it, it will still come off. So I've got it to a stage where I like it. It's definitely rusted enough. But then I was looking at the orks and I kind of felt they were looking a little bit too dark. Too sure why. For some reason, yeah, I just fancied sort of lightening them up a little bit. Again, this is where we're all different, but I do find that if I look at something and it's not quite right, I do have to change it. I can't just leave it, because if I leave it, then I will forever be thinking, why didn't I just spend 5 minutes, whatever long it takes, just to make it sort of, well, kind of better. So they're a little bit light, and so it wasn't much, it was just that little bit I needed to do. And then with the orks, the final kind of thing I do on them is I paint the inside of their mouths and their lips with this nice pink colour. Just a bit of variation in obviously the skin tones. And then once that's done, then go around, do the whites of the teeth. I do paint their nails white, although I was looking at some Warhammer miniatures, and they always paint the nails black. So what what colour do you paint your orc nails? I'd never really thought about it before. I always just done them white. But I say it wasn't until I saw the black on the Warhammer ones. It's like, oh, maybe I should do that. So the basing, yeah, I started doing more basing now, because obviously I used to just use clear bases on miniatures. But yeah, I am loving doing the basing. And this basing, very simple. I just stuck some of this bark stuff. I bought a big bag of loads of this, obviously a whole variety of sizes. But the great thing about this stuff is it looks like rocks, obviously once painted. So I've glued a few bits down just to make it nice and uneven for the monster truck to go over. And then I got some finer cork and then some just fine sand. So the basing is very simple. But again, I'm thinking about my guys being in a Mad Max kind of scenario. So they're out in the rocky areas. It's full of sand and obviously rocks, a desert kind of thing. So this is kind of my go-to now for all the orc miniatures that I'm painting. I really like it, but again, it's nice and simple, which is great. So it's simple, effective, and yeah, it's giving the result that I absolutely love. So yeah, a bit of fine sand over everything afterwards. Again, does get messy. That's kind of why I have the board underneath, just because it catches everything, and then literally I can just slide it all back into a bag or a box. So there we go, nice and simple. My miniatures glued down, and pigments. I've literally been using these just the last couple of weeks. Even though this brown pot that you can see here on the screen, I've had this. I think I bought it about 3 years ago. Bought it 3 years ago, never even opened it, never tried it. Again, I was watching a video, someone was using pigments, and I thought, oh, I'll have a go at that. And then didn't. So it's been, I think it's in a drawer or a bag. It was basically hidden away. So I've got it out, and I've also bought another set of, I think it's 6, oh no, it's 4 different other colour pigments. Again, I love this stuff. It is a case of just brushing it on, pushing it in hard, because you want to get it in, again, with the good old nooks and crannies. But what I love about using this stuff is obviously it ties the vehicle to the ground or the terrain really, really well, because obviously it looks like the wheels have gone round in the dust and dirt and picked it up. Again, I love it for the fact that it does that. It just ties the miniature or model or whatever it is you're doing into the base. So I have done some ogrins. There's a video coming out soon of those. And again, I've done a lot of this sort of basing onto their sort of feet, legs, just to make them look like they've been walking around in this sort of terrain. And I say, again, it's one of these things, it's real simple, but the effect is just great. So obviously, some of this stuff will still come off. But again, I will go over and do a varnish or matte varnish coat. But what I do when I do that is I have the can probably about twice the distance I would normally. So it's a good sort of 2 feet away from the miniature, just so it sort of lightly falls onto it. So if you do it too near, you could blow off a lot of this stuff. Again, this is why you need to push it in hard, so it does stay in, well, all the nooks and crannies. And there we go. Absolutely love it. Love how this turned out. Last little thing I wanted to do, and that's just to put some little scratch marks here and there, and make it look like obviously some areas where the paint has been sort of nudged off, worn off. So typically around the edges, Yeah, this is an old brush. I think I used it for gluing or something. So a lot of the bristles are stuck together, which is great because it then gives it an imperfect look when I am sort of like trying to do this over the edges of the vehicle. So yeah, really pleased with how this has come out. So guys, don't forget to follow along with all the other videos I'm doing. So these Dragon Hoard Collectibles, we're doing a little collaboration together where I'm painting some of the miniatures they've been sending me, but obviously using the sort of same paints as well and all the terrain sort of stuff. So give them a click and check out more about what they do. So I hope you enjoyed the videos, guys. I hope you will see more of these ones because I'm absolutely loving getting through my pile of fun, as well as painting any new miniatures that are coming my way. So don't forget to check out the links down below to eBay, where you'll be able to buy this. And as I say, basically, I can use the money to then get more and more bits for me to sort of paint. That being said, yeah, I say, guys, I am going mad with orks. It's been a while. I've got a load of ork projects on the go on my desk, but I'm loving these big wheels. So yeah, any vehicles I'm getting, they are getting pumped up tires because, well, I love it. It's a good Mad Max feel, and yeah, I am loving my orks. Okay, guys, you all take care. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that fun stuff. Love you all. Bye for now.